Today I'd like to talk about the weaponization of music. Did you know that the standard music frequency is 440 hertz and that this is an unnatural frequency? A 440 hertz frequency disrupts the mind and the body. 432 hertz resonates with 8 hertz, the same as the Schumann resonance. Now, the Schumann resonance is currently, and in recent years, has been spiking very much higher than that, and you can follow that online, but it is typically run at 8 hertz. And the Schumann resonance is believed to be the documented fundamental electromagnetic beat of the Earth. 432 hertz simply feels better. Research shows music tuned from this frequency is easier to listen to, is brighter, clearer, and contains a more dynamic range. Music with this tuning does not need to be played at as high of volumes, thus reducing the risk of hearing damage. By the 1950s, the worldwide music was tuned to 440 hertz. If musical performances were going to sound the same all over the world, standardization was required. Having a universally accepted tone is why a piano in Toronto sounds exactly the same as a piano in China. There's nothing wrong with standardization, but it is the choice of 440 hertz that was strategically calculated to disrupt the psyche of humanity as a whole. In 1885, the Music Commission of the Italian government declared that all instruments and orchestras should use a tuning fork that vibrated at 440 hertz. I find it interesting that it was the Italian government, given that that is the headquarters of the church. But anyhow, which was different from the original standard of 435 hertz and the competing 432 hertz used in France. In 1917, the American Federation of Musicians endorsed the Italians, followed by a further push for 440 hertz in the 1940s by Nazi Germans. In 1953, a worldwide agreement was signed. Signatories declared that middle A on the piano be forevermore tuned to exactly 440 hertz. This frequency became the standard ISO 16 reference for tuning all musical instruments based on the chromatic scale, the one most often used for music in the West. All the other notes are tuned in standard mathematical ratios leaning to and from 440 hertz. 432 hertz is said to be mathematically consistent with the patterns of the universe. Studies reveal that 432 hertz tuning unifies the properties of light, time, space, matter, gravity, and magnetism with biology, the DNA code, and consciousness. When atoms and DNA start to resonate in harmony with the spiraling pattern of nature, our sense of connection with nature is magnified. The number 432 is reflected in ratios of the sun, earth, and the moon, as well as in the precession of the equinoxes, the Great Pyramid of Egypt, Stonehenge, and many other sacred sites. So what's the big deal? It's just a difference of 8 hertz. Well, it's actually pretty nefarious. The recent discoveries of vibratory or oscillatory nature of the universe that happened recently showed that this contemporary international pitch standard may actually generate an unhealthy effect or antisocial behavior in the consciousness of humans. There is also a theory which says that the change from 432 hertz to 440 hertz was actually dictated by a Nazi propaganda minister named Joseph Goebbels. He used it in order to make people think and feel in a certain manner, as well as to make them a prisoner of a certain consciousness. 440 hertz is, in fact, the unnatural standard tuning frequency, which is removed from the symmetry of sacred vibrations, as well as declared war on the subconscious mind of Western man. The powers that be are successfully lowering the vibrations of not only the younger generations, but of all of us. Such destructive frequencies retrain thoughts towards disruption, disharmony, and disunity. 440 hertz also stimulates our brain, the controlling organ of our body, into a disharmonious resonance, which ultimately creates disease and war in the world. All disease is a disruption in frequency. Atoms are made of waves and vibrations, therefore everything is sound. A disruptive or unhealthy frequency can cause big problems in a world made of sound waves. Both vibration and frequency hold a critically important yet hidden power to affect us, our lives, health, society, as well as our world. The science of cymatics, which means the study of visible sound and vibration, proves that frequency and vibration are the master keys and organizational foundation for the creation of all matter and life on planet Earth. When the sound waves move through a physical medium, such as sand, air, water, and so on, the frequency of the waves actually has a direct effect upon the structures that are created by the sound waves as they pass through that particular medium. The same will happen with cells in the human body. There are apps in every app store that one can download that will switch your music to 432 hertz. I suggest you do this. Frequency isn't the only way music affects our civilization. Music lyrics are known to cast spells on the masses. Modern society may not treat music as a magical thing now, but once music was considered to be one of the highest forms of magic. If we look back to ancient times, drums and other instruments were used to celebrate holy days, invoke trance-like states, or announce the start of a battle. The people in ancient times who sang, danced, and made music were once thought of as spiritually gifted individuals. Music magic is still alive and well in modern times. We might not see it in the mainstream music industry, but it's there if we dig a little deeper. First, think of the way music makes you feel. Music is known by many Wiccans and non-Wiccans to rouse energy and stimulate emotions. Given that energy is what magic is all about, music, then, is a fantastic tool for spellcasting. A spell is defined as a form of words used as a magical charm or incantation, a state of enchantment caused by a magical spell, or an ability to control or influence people as though one had magical power over them. The intention of any song could very easily be spellcasting, and the masses would have no idea. The term MC stands for Master of Ceremonies. Concerts are ceremonies. Ceremonies are where ritual magic is done. Are you seeing what's happening? The masses are placed under spells and casting negative spells on themselves via their favorite music all the time. One simple song can invoke feelings of joy, sorrow, laughter, and essentially every emotion under the sun. One song can whisk us away to a past moment of our lives, whether good or bad. Music can also be used in mental and physical therapy to aid in healing the body, mind, and soul. We can use the emotions felt through music and its unique, fluid energy in magic. Intention can and does make music witchcraft. Witches can help improve or focus their magic by incorporating music into spells and rituals. Lyrics are not the only consideration. Beats, spells, measure, sounds, instruments, etc. can be used in music magic. Lastly, music is also used on the people as a form of mind control. Mind control techniques have been noted throughout history, dating as far back as ancient Egypt. Mind control did not enter the realm of modern science until the 1930s, when a physician by the name of Joseph Mengele brought it into full practice within Nazi concentration camps. The majority of Mengele's research within mind control remains classified to this day. However, some has slowly come to the surface, including the recognition of it being the basis for the covert CIA research program MKUltra. Joseph Mengele sounds like a psychopath by all accounts, and his mind control programs are nothing short of inhumane. The number of crimes committed against humanity by those in power is too many to count. All celebrities are forced to undergo MKUltra programming to some degree. This programming breaks down the human spirit and can create alter egos. Regardless, it is done in order to brainwash these people into doing anything their masters and quote-unquote fame requires. Several celebrities have begun speaking out about the torture and programming they endured at the hands of the Hollywood and music industries. Symbolism is used heavily in mind control programming. The all-seeing eye, demons, and Baphomet are just a few of the recurring themes that love appearing in entertainment, usually in completely unrelated ways to the content. These themes can be noted throughout music videos, movies, and TV shows. The existence of this symbology is one thing I feel can be stated as fact. Watch and see any of the following music videos and then tell me that the symbology and themes are a mere coincidence or directly related to the song's content. And these 5 videos would be Lil Wayne, Love Me, Kesha, Die Young, Lady Gaga, Alejandro, Katy Perry, Wide Awake, and Britney Spears, Hold It Against Me. If you truly feel that these symbols were fitting and not purposely placed, I will respect that opinion. However, I invite you to search for a breakdown of any of the above listed videos to make sure that you're made aware of symbology and themes you may have missed or may not even be aware of. It's worth noting that these 5 videos are not the only ones out there. They are simply a small sample of the hundreds, if not thousands, of music videos that feature these symbols to some degree. Assuming that these symbols and themes do recur, the question becomes why? Is it a level of programming that they are attempting to inflict on us, the viewers? Could it be to desensitize us to their existence and placement throughout society? Or could it simply be artistic coincidence? The answer to these questions lies within. Let this article be a starting point for your own research and findings on all of the aspects of 440 hertz, music magic, and Monarch mind control programming. There is a lot of information and well-formulated opinions out there, and many are worth considering. Once you've done your research, see what resonates with you as true, and don't be afraid to stand by it, even if it isn't in line with the popular opinion. No matter which side of the spectrum you stand on, having an awareness towards this subject is important, and that's why I felt inspired to do this video. Thanks. Have a great day.